It's definitely a cloudy and overcast day, but I've stumbled into a new resting community for the graveyard shift family. But apparently, you can obviously see it's been here a while. And this is in the very back. Seems to be 3 little children resting here. So this is William David, the infant son of Janet Stowe, December 16th, 1972. But still I dream that somewhere there must be the spirit of a child that waits for me. Oh, that's sad. Then here you have little Johnny Ray Crubon, July 20th, 1976 to July 29th. He passed away on the same day he was born. So you have houses in the far back. Some type of like power line structure. Back here. Looks like there's more headstones over here. I've never seen a cubed one like this. What's this say? Some W. Boone. Wow. It's kind of interesting. So I came out here today because I was looking for, I believe it's called the Mount Zion Cemetery. And it's a cemetery that was built for and by enslaved and former enslaved people in the late 1800s. So apparently this land had become like overrun and overgrown with, shrubbery, trees, debris, like a lot of the cemeteries that we go to look like. But what's super cool is the city came together and they totally restored the area. They fixed up a lot of the headstones. Atlanta has one of the largest cemeteries in Atlanta, Oakland Cemetery. They took some of the people that had worked on construction there and development there and brought them over here to help reconstruct and rebuild some of the headstones and just totally revitalize the land, which I think is super dope. Because a lot of times, we've bumped into situations where we've gone to enslaved people's resting areas and they're not well kept and they're not remembered and they're not honored correctly. So I kind of want to find my way to that area and maybe do a spirit box session just to see how they feel. Let's take a look. So this is the resting community leading up to that area. You have David Hamby, these stones, May 20th, 1937 to November 2nd, 1937. It says, "Our darling." Hope you're resting well, David. You have Miss Mary Hamby, wife of Clayton. She was 73. You have Clayton. He was 84. Okay. You have Samuel Hamby Sr. Thank you for your service. Okay. The Hamby family. People left a lot of coins in remembrance. Interesting. Here you have Mary Lou May, wife of David Otis Hamby, 1892 to 1933. Miss Emma Baldwin, L.H. Baldwin, 1878 to 1930, 1879 to 1960. Dang. He lived 30 years without his wife, mother, and father. That's sad. It's sad to me. I mean, it's not really sad, it's life. But just going to all these different resting communities. Y'all, it's cold. My nose is probably running. But thank you for my gloves. But y'all, going to these resting communities, you just realize these headstones are like books full of stories. Like that headstone, it told you when that man and woman were born. He was born 1 year after her. They end up getting married, having kids, because they said mother and father on there. She passed away at the age of like 30 something, and he lived 30 years after. So it's just like, that's a story. There's no telling how many ups and downs they had, highs and lows, lover spats, quarrels, hugs, kisses. What was their first date? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just my whole perspective being in resting communities has totally changed over the past year doing the graveyard shift. It's a lot in store for this channel. The graveyard shifts and conversations have always been the core, but we're going to expand the channel a lot more. But I don't ever want us to get away from, having conversations with everyday people, because all of these people resting here, their voices matter. It mattered then, it matters today, and they'll matter tomorrow. Oh, wow, look at this. I have never seen a resting space with this many artifacts. I mean, I don't even know if you would call that artifacts, but just items left there. This is the Mulkey family, Glenn and Phyllis. Uh-oh. Hey, Glenn. You started playing your bell when I walked up. You have a lot of angels placed at your resting area. I wonder, what does that mean, y'all? Can you play your jingle one more time for me? Your chime, can you play them again? Okay. Y'all, look at all of these little angels and cherubs that have been left here. Thank you. Wow. This is interesting. It's definitely interesting. And then look back here. Dad, Levon Mulkey, but he has a whole bunch of like roosters. I wonder, what is the significance? I wonder what the significance of the rooster is. Obviously, it meant something to him and his family, and it still does, because 24 years later, they're still here. Super cool. Levon, I hope you're resting well. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. There's a lot of the same family members here. Oh, this is beautiful. Dedicated to the memory of Myrtle Jones, daughter of Ray and Vicky Griggers. How do y'all feel about this headstone, or this memorial? If I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living will not be in vain. Ella Ray Pam Griggers, Flournoy, February 26, 1931 to September 7, 2017. Miss Pam, I hope you're resting well, love. Don't act like y'all know how to say that last name. Fluid. Fluidly. Telling y'all all the time, I could never be a substitute teacher. That beat done got everybody's name wrong. Everybody's name wrong. Oh wow, look at this headstone. Look at this one. It almost looked like it was bleeding. In loving memory of Nettie, wife and mother of E.J. and Dwayne Paris, December 7, 1902 to November 6, 1940. Her love for family, home, and church was as lasting as the marker in which is a symbol of yonder mountain that she cherished from childhood. Her faith in God was as steadfast as the mountain itself. She was a loving mother and faithful wife. So I dedicate this marker to her, whose life will always be an inspiration to me. E.J. Paris. Wow, he made that for his mom. It's a representation of one of her favorite mountains that she loved growing up. But doesn't it look like it's like, I don't know. It's cool. It's really, really interesting. Okay, so the Mount Zion part of the cemetery is over there in the back. You can tell it's all clean and cut and manicured now. It was not like that a few years ago. So I'm just glad that like the community came together, the city came together. And then what's wild is you have it literally nestled in this community of houses. So you had houses all around, you know, their properties are all manicured and well placed, but then you had this whole overgrown lot with like, you know, bushes, trees, you know, weeds. Let's go see. All right, come on, y'all. Across this street. Again, I tell people all the time, you never know what could be next door to you. across the street from you. Like, look at these houses. Look at these beautiful, beautiful homes. Beautiful homes. Beautiful, beautiful. Ain't no telling how much these houses cost. And right next door, Mount Zion Cemetery. This is established in 1900. But some of these graves are from before then. So there was a church attached here, but they ended up moving the church. Look, even right here through the gate, you can start to see the headstone. You can already start to see the headstone. Mr. Homer Elliott. There's one with just the letter T on it over there. We're gonna go over here and look. It says, dedicated to the memory of those buried here who do not have memorials. May they rest in peace. So these are all the names of people who don't have memorials who are resting here. Mind you, again, these are enslaved and former enslaved and the families of enslaved people. The Mount Zion Cemetery. So you can be walking and you'll just see stuff like this and not even realize that's a headstone that somebody rested. Or this rock right here is a headstone. A lot of these graves are just marked by rocks. Look at the handwriting on this headstone. I can't even really read it, but that's how this person is remembered. I can't even really tell, maybe 25. I'm not sure. But hey, they are remembered. Look, right here. So this is, I actually read up on this gentleman, W.H. Hester. He died January 20th, 1913 at the age of 26. And they were saying he has one of the most elaborate headstones. One of the most elaborate headstones in this resting community. But if you look closely at the headstone, there's small indications of why that is. So here you see the hands shaking with the extended finger, doing a secret handshake. And then you have this link with FLT. So Mr. Hester was a part of an organization called the Oddfellows. He was a member of the Oddfellows organization. I've done one episode on someone a part of the Oddfellows when I was shooting an episode of the Ghost Brothers, but I don't know too much about the organization. And I didn't know that black people were a part of it back then. That's really, really interesting. Look at so here's you can see the landscape of some of the stones that are here. When I put the camera ground level, you can see how the stones are poking up. Another, just a rock. All of these stones are people resting. Everyone that are resting here, I hope that you're resting well in peace, love. Miss Susie Lee Perry. She passed away in 1948. Oh wow, I just heard something over here. Oh, wow. It's the energy coming from this tree. Another stone. So they have a layout. They actually brought people in to survey the land, and they pointed out and marked all the places where they have just found graves here, like indentations in the ground. Like over here, you don't even see a headstone. But look at the ground. You can see where, although there aren't any, just look how the leaves fall. There's no indication of headstones here, but you could just see how the leaves just fall on the graves like that. Wow, that is wild. Look, and if you want to see how truthful that is, look how the leaves fall right here, and it leads to a headstone. So you look here, look at the ground here. There's so many people buried here. Y'all, everyone that's resting, I pray that you're resting well. I pray that you're resting well. I know you are, because, you know, well, I don't know that you are, but a lot of people came here and tried to do a lot of work to show their respect to you all. So interesting. I'm gonna set up over here and do a spirit box session. But shout out to the city for coming out here and trying to restore as many of these headstones as they could. Miss Lola May. Look at the handwriting on this one. Miss Marie Moss. Miss Alberta Claiborne. Mr. Isaac Davenport. All right, y'all. Let's set up here and see if we can get a conversation going. What's going on, Graveyard Shift family? It is your fearless shift leader with a runny nose, clocked in for another amazing shift. Y'all, so we've walked through two of these resting communities that are right across the street from each other. And we started off in one, and now we've entered into the former enslaved people's resting community. So this space was officially made in the 1900, but apparently they've been burying people here for a long time. So again, just because you see a few markers, there's hundreds of people that aren't marked here. So I just kind of want to just see what the conversations are like. Again, my name is Dalen. I come in love, peace, and respect, and I would love to have a conversation with anyone resting here that would like to speak to me. I can hear you through this app. Oh, excuse me. I can hear you through this box. sure they don't probably know what an app is. I can hear you through this box, and I can talk to you accordingly. And if I don't hear you, anything that you say, I'm gonna go back and listen later. So don't feel like I'm not listening to you or I can't hear you. Okay? Love, love, love. Yo, it is cold. Let's go. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to me? Somebody's desperate to speak? Who's the person that wants to speak to me? Can you tell me your name, please? We've had enough. I didn't realize I'm sitting right here next to Reverend Davenport. Reverend Davenport, I know this may be really, far-fetched or out of line for you to communicate like this. So I apologize if I'm overstepping my boundaries. Reverend Davenport, is it awkward for me to try to speak to you? You said I like it? No one's asked? So, Reverend Davenport, how do you feel? How do you feel with me speaking to you? Reverend Davenport, while you were alive, how did you feel about the idea of speaking to spirits?
Can only get looking out
Is it something that you ever did you give it any thought to when you were alive? Remember that? So as a reverend, does it go against your spirituality to communicate with me like this? They're simpler. Okay. Well, Mr. Davenport, Rev, since I have your attention, are there a lot of spirits of former enslaved people here? Did you ever have to assist with their peace? Are there any of the people that were buried here the earliest? Is there anyone here that would like to speak to me? So you're waiting? For your chance to do what? Well, I'm listening. What would you like to tell me? Nothing. How do you all feel about the city restoring your resting area? Said they needed to? So they needed more. It looks a lot better than it did, right?
Damage. And
Is there more work that you want done to this area? What would y'all like done differently? Do you feel like everyone here needs a marker?
It's terrifying.
Is everyone here at peace?
On me.
Can I get your name? Eloise? Miss Eloise, what are you up to today? Are you with your family? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Okay, thank you. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels like I don't know. I'm not gonna say something feels off. It doesn't feel off. It just feels like standoff-ish. Like, I've never been here before. I've never been to this wrestling community before. So I can see how this is totally new. You know what I mean? And it feels like that. It doesn't feel as welcoming as the other places I've been to that I frequent often. So I think I would have to come here a few more times to kind of just like break the ice. Because I think even the idea of what I'm doing is just like, who are you? And what is it that you have? Am I somewhat right on my assessment? You know it? Is that it's fine?
The man.
This is magic.
What man? Someone say this is magic. It's not really magic. Have you noticed that it seems like they've been questioning this as magic a lot the past couple weeks? Does this come off as magical?
like it.
So you like it? They keep saying they like it. What do you like about it?
You
Talking to you? Talk to you?
30.
Is it interesting to hear your voice? Yeah. Or at least to hear like a representation of your voice? Because it gives you a way to express yourself, right? Word, yeah. So since it's been a long time since you've been heard, what is it that you have to say?
man for
I feel like a lot of people started talking. One at a time.
All those
All those speakers. Okay. I appreciate you. Would you be prone to talk to me if I came back? Said if I hang out enough? All right, I'm gonna add you to my route. You said add me? Okay, I feel like we finally breaking the ice a little bit. You see, you're cold. I'm cold too. But it sounds like someone kept telling me about a man. Is there a specific man here watching me? Can you tell me where the man is? Should I be nervous?
Maybe I could.
Maybe. Hey, real quick, is Walter around? Huh. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Y'all, we didn't get any of our representatives showing up. I don't know. I've been having a lot on my mind lately, y'all. A lot on my mind. Tell me what you think in the comment section. So we've built this channel off of the Graveyard Shift the past year. And it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I enjoy it. And I just want to make sure you enjoy it. I know I'm dropping a lot of videos every day, but I want to release content that you want to see. And I know the whole idea was just us trying to give spirits voices with the Graveyard Shift. But I just want to make sure I'm giving y'all content that y'all want to see. And I know that y'all want to see investigations. So I'm moving towards that. So once the page starts to switch a little, I don't want y'all just to be alarmed, y'all. So if we don't do as many graveyard shifts a week, but now we're doing, a big location investigation, and then we're doing one big story with the Graveyard Shift, like we did with the Woolfolk family, or The Little Girl Buried in the Dollhouse, or John Dillinger. We do like one big story a week, and then we do I don't know. It's a bird flying over me. But maybe drop like 3 or 4 big videos a week as opposed to like everyday graveyard conversations. Because I know some of y'all don't want to hear just spirit box all the time. So as you see, I've been gathering, like buying equipment so I can gear up for investigations. So I have a couple places booked, and yeah, hopefully I can go to a location maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. Go to a different location, shoot something, drop that video. Like that, y'all. I'm just talking all this stuff out in my head. I'm just letting y'all know what I've been thinking about as of late. Because again, I just want to make sure that you guys are enjoying the community that we're building. And what else do y'all want to see? I just don't want to get too comfortable. I don't want to be lazy with my content. You feel me? And if y'all are telling me, Dalen, we love the spirit box conversations, but let's go to some places and bring out some more equipment. And on top of that, I'm with it. And that's what I'm working towards. So just a little company meeting, y'all. Just a little company meeting. Just a little company meeting. I read the lady's letter. The handwritten letter. She had a lot of valid points. A lot of valid points, y'all. I told y'all I was going to read it. She had a lot of valid points about the channel. She told me what she liked and what she didn't like. And she had some great suggestions. So your complaints are definitely heard at the Graveyard Shift family. I love y'all. And I appreciate the feedback. But in a nutshell, what we're getting towards is bigger locations, more investigative videos. When it comes to the Graveyard Shift, larger stories that you may not have heard about yet. And then I'm working on something where I go out and try to help you connect with your family members. So maybe those are the 3 things that we focus on for the next couple of months to see how you guys like that. So let me know, y'all. I'm here till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna be the last person standing on this ship. I ain't going nowhere. So as long as I got one viewer viewing, we gonna keep dropping videos, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for the whole community, and thank you for everything that you're doing, y'all. And don't forget, an episode of Ghosted and Roasted did drop earlier today. Check that video out. Me and Stacy reviewing some of the internet's most craziest paranormal clips. And don't forget, Thursday, The Conjuring House Live. I'm thinking I know it's late, but probably like around midnight. Probably like around midnight, y'all. Because we're going to be there. We don't get to get in there until the evening time. And then we got to investigate with the people that invited us and all of that. But I'm figuring like around midnight, 11 to midnight Eastern, I'm probably going to go live for as long as I can and just interact with you all. So y'all tell me what y'all want to do. Tell me what y'all want to see, and I got you. Thursday night, The Conjuring House. Love, love, love. See you tomorrow.